Are you ready?
Damn, Drew, 2 videos one night. Let's go. Anyway, how's it going, peeps? And I'm just going to touch on this real quick. I'm going to do my full preview for the season after the draft. Just because there are so many holes to be filled on this team still, and the draft can address them. So the Lions could be a better team or a worse team. But the schedule just released yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. But nonetheless, we start out in Arizona, which that should be an easy W, but there's no such thing as an easy W in the NFL. The Lions have the same problem as the Pistons do. They take too many games off. They do not have the right to take games off. They have to be motivated. 16 games this season. Cannot take a single game off this season. A lot of pressure from the fan base being put on this team, rightfully so. You have to make the playoffs. In my opinion, you have to make the playoffs. I always hold this team to a high standard. Been let down a few times doing that, obviously, but this team has the talent to be a really good football team. But nonetheless, we play a really up and down kind of a schedule. Play some really tough teams. I believe that the Chiefs right now are probably going to be the toughest opponent. But let me say this, before I break down each game individually in a later video, I just wanted to address the fan base right now. I think you guys are counting the Lions out too much. I've seen a lot of 5-11 and 7-9 predictions from not just people on Twitter, but YouTube. You have to realize what you've seen last season. We did not play extremely well last season, but as the season progressed, we got better each game. And when we played New England and the Rams, which were the teams who played the Super Bowl, those were the two best games of the season, in my opinion. You took away what the Rams were trying to do. You kept Brady off the field. You have the building blocks from New England, obviously. The defense looked really good in those two games. The games that no one thought the Lions had a shot at winning, they went 1-1, and they could have beat the Rams. So with that being said, I won't count any of these games as L's right now. I got to see what we do in the draft again. But Patricia has got these guys ready to play for big games, which is what we were lacking. There's a reason Stafford is one of the worst quarterbacks record-wise against teams over 500, and it's because he's the only one that was able to do anything back in those games. Defense played like garbage and stuff like that. That's not the case anymore. This team takes those games very seriously. I'm still concerned. I'm more concerned about the Arizona game than I am with the Chiefs game. So I know we're going to come in Kansas City and try, and that's all you can do. You got to get a game plan and try. I'm still worried about the lesser teams. I just don't know if the guys are going to get that mindset yet. But I think Patricia has done a good job of getting these guys to take games seriously and to show them that you only play 16 games. You're guaranteed 16. You can't take any of them off. So I just feel from what I've seen so far last season, even though we didn't really play that well from beginning to end, that we have glimpses of how to beat these good teams. So I feel like Detroit could be an under-the-radar team. Eventually, either win the division or make the wild card is very, very possible. I just don't think they're going to be as bad. I feel like they'll be 8-8 at worst. So you can only go up from there. That being said, I'm keeping this video short and sweet as two. How are you guys feeling about the Lions' schedule? There are some tough opponents, I'm not going to lie, but there are some very winnable ball games here. I feel we might get off to a little bit of a shaky start, but you can always recoup and that's better to finish strong than to start strong and finish weak. So this team will be better than it was last season, which is not really saying a whole lot because he didn't really play good last season. But nonetheless, improvement is what we need to see. And I feel like we got a good coach in Patricia, at least defensively. We got the defensive players that he wanted. So this is really his first year to judge him. So we'll keep that in mind. I'll see you guys after the draft. So thank you guys for coming out. Check the description out for Instagram and Twitter, both in the description. And again, comment down below how you're feeling about the scheduling. How are you just feeling about the Lions in general? I feel a whole lot of positivity in all the sports' future. All 4 major sports teams in Detroit have bright futures, and very likely that we could see a season with all of them in the playoffs very, very soon. So keep that in mind, and I'll stop rambling on in this video, and I will see you peeps in the next one. Peace!